Welcome back to the Kaspa Silver YouTube channel. I want to first thank you guys for 500 subscribers. You guys have been killing it with supporting my channel and watching my videos, and I've gotten a lot of nice comments from you guys, so I just want to thank you so much because it's been an absolute blessing. Um, and I enjoy doing this content for you guys and keeping it real and serious so that you guys can feel a little bit more educated on your investment and that we can build that conviction on this investment for the future. Because I believe that it's very important to have that conviction, because if you don't, you're going to look at these prices and you're just not going to know what to do. And in a world of cryptocurrency where it's just tons of scams, you know, I wouldn't dedicate a whole entire channel to a cryptocurrency that's an altcoin that's not Bitcoin unless I really had that conviction on it. And mainly, it's also super risky. And in today's video, we're going to talk about knowing how risky your investment is, because it's important to realize your risk. And I want to make sure that my viewers are protected and that they are not putting way too much money. They're not FOMOing in, because we need perspective. We need perspective. So let's go ahead and take a look at the prices today for Bitcoin and Kaspa. So currently Bitcoin for the past week is down 9%, and in the past 30 days is down 12% actually. So Bitcoin went all the way back down to 26.4, and Kaspa yesterday hit a low at about, if we take a look right here, we hit a low at about 187. We hit 187 at one point. I think that was like a little bit this morning. So that's pretty crazy. And Bitcoin as well is dropping pretty low. I don't currently have all my lines and everything kind of depicting the resistant levels, but currently the next resistant level for Bitcoin is like I think the 25,800 or 25,800 area, and that's basically where I'm seeing Bitcoin will probably go. Taking a look at the RSI is already at 36. Possibly we need Bitcoin to fall all the way under 30 again on the RSI daily chart to maybe have our next run up during this bull market that we're getting into, this pre-phase of the bull market before the Bitcoin halving. Looking at Kaspa, honestly, I don't know how low it can really go. No one really knows exactly. We can only look at the TA and some resistant points. And I'm not really much for TA, but someone did ask me to look at the chart and kind of just give some opinions. So ultimately, again, I'm looking for Kaspa to be under 30 on the RSI. 34 is super low already. So that's like a really good buying opportunity. Either way, this right here is accumulation zone. We are in the accumulation zone for sure, because if we grab this indicator over here, and let me just put the death cross indicator, because that's the 200 MA and the moving average and the 50 moving average. You could see here that the red line right here, we were using that as support. We lost support and we have been falling under it. So anytime you're under that red line is usually accumulation zone. So we can even do the same thing for Bitcoin. If we put in the death cross right here, you could see that since we don't have enough weeks for the 200 week on Kaspa, the green doesn't show. But usually when the red line crosses over the green, that's bullish on the top side. So when it crosses over like that, that's super bullish. So now we're using the red line as support. We lost support on the red line. Now we're under it. This, in my opinion, anytime we're under this accumulation zone, you could look over here, accumulation zone. Anytime we're under it, it's time to be buying, because further upside potential could potentially happen. And if we look into past history, you could see anytime the red line crosses down on the green like that, that's bearish. That's a bearish sign. So when it crosses up, that's a bullish sign. When it crosses down, that's a bearish sign. So that's happened in history many times. You could see here in the COVID crash, it went under the red line. That's accumulation zone. Easy. Like that's every time it's under that red line, it's accumulation time. It's a good time to be buying considering your buy. Now, that's not looking at macro and looking at the fundamentals and everything. But again, our first resistance for Kaspa is about that 0.018 area. I put a limit order at 0.0185. And I'm waiting for that to execute. If it doesn't execute by Monday, then I'm gonna just buy on Monday, because that's my strategy, is to just buy every single Monday and not think about the price really. Just, it doesn't matter where it is on Monday. If it hits Monday, it doesn't hit that price, I'm just gonna swap into it because I dollar cost average in. This is the time to be dollar cost averaging into Caspo, in my opinion, not the time to be FOMOing in. And when it starts pumping again, if it does start pumping again, it's not time to be FOMOing in again either. Just dollar cost average in. This is a long term play. I'm telling you guys, Caspa is going to have opportunities to get more because Caspa is really, really risky. There's a reason why my watch list has Caspa and Bitcoin, and why I'm a Caspa Bitcoin maxi. And that is because of the fact that Bitcoin is the safe haven for crypto. Everything moves against Bitcoin. As Caspa keeps getting listed on more exchanges, it's going to become more correlated to Bitcoin. It's going to move with Bitcoin more. Since before we weren't on that many exchanges, Caspa was able to literally have its own bull run and its own bear market. So now that we're more on more exchanges, it's going to be more correlated to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin falls, everything else falls. So that's why I buy both Bitcoin and Caspa. Bitcoin, if Bitcoin fails, everything fails. If Caspa fails, I have Bitcoin as the hedge. So that's the way my strategy I'm going into this crypto market, because there's so many cryptos, and I think everything else is a waste of time and gambling, because you're most likely trying to trade and just trade it out. So you're trying to make a profit, trade out, and buy Bitcoin or Caspa. That's pretty much what you're going to be doing, because in my opinion, I think Bitcoin and Caspa are the only legitimate projects out there that are actually creating something huge for the financial system. Bitcoin being that digital gold and Caspa being that digital silver. So it's very important to realize that Caspa is going to be super risky. These prices are probably going to fall even lower. I don't know where it's going to go, but I do know that I believe in the project. I did my research and I understand my investment, so that when the prices do drop this low, I'm not freaking out. Also, I'm investing when I'm willing to lose. And that's super important. If you're investing money that you need next month for rent or something like that, why are you even buying crypto? Your money that you put into crypto should be money that is straight up money that you're willing to lose. It's investment money. You've already paid your bills. You've already have an emergency fund, because that's another thing. A lot of people don't even have an emergency fund, and that's huge. Like, or you're in debt. And if you have debts, guys, get rid of that debt. On this channel, I'm going to talk a ton about Caspa and everything, but I'm also, later videos are going to be talking about how we're going to manage the wealth if Caspa is successful, or if Bitcoin's successful in the future. How are you going to manage all that money? Because if you come out of Caspa with $1 million and you go ahead and buy stuff that cost $1 million, you're going to be broke. It's pointless. You wasted your time. You're not learning anything. You got to learn how to manage your money. It's super important. And this is a super risky play. I can come on here on YouTube and say Caspa's going to be making millionaires next year. I can make a bunch of titles like that, get all the views based off of that, but that's not realistic, and I would be doing a disservice to my viewers, telling them that they're going to get rich from Caspa. No, you might not get rich from Caspa, because you might not even be able to hold during everything. Bitcoin didn't get to $26,000 overnight. It took crash after crash after crash after crash after 50% crash, 90% crash. It's taken a lot to get there. So it's super important to look at perspective, and also look at the bigger picture. Look at Caspa. Caspa's falling here, but look where it is. It's still up from the bottom. And this is on the CoinEx chart, so this is not even like from all the way to the bottom, but it's still up 474% since it was listed on CoinEx. And I believe it's still up 10,000% from the inception of Caspa. So you look at the bigger picture. We have to correct. It's good to correct. You need correction, because if things go up forever, then we're gonna get dumped on, and then it's gonna become that pump and dump. But it looks like that 58.81% would be all-time high to that 0.18 level. Some people think it may even go back, down here, which Hey, that's totally possible. That's 74% decline. Hey, Bitcoin in its early days, when its first bull run, it did a 90% drop. So, it did a 90% drop all the way back down to, what would that be? The 0.004 area, which is like the famous number on the Discord price discussion chat, is the 0.004. That's a 90% drop. It can happen, guys. Like but does it change the Caspa's mission? Does it change what Caspa's doing? No. You got to be in it for the long run and have a long-term mindset and not a short-sighted view. So many people are very short-sighted when it comes to investing. They want to get rich quick, and I'm sorry, you're not going to get rich quick. It's just not going to happen, guys. So just looking at the bigger picture here, our hash rate, I think, is actually getting close to all-time highs. If not, that is the all-time high, 1.22. That's super good. As long as our hash rate keeps growing, we know that Caspa's growing, people are mining it more, and that's awesome. Our reduction did go to 208. We're currently at 26 days away from a 208 reduction. So right now, I think we're at 220. I can actually take a look at that. And let me show you guys where that's at. So if you go to tokenomics right here, you guys can take a look at the emission schedule, and you can see the release schedule right here. It's a PDF file, and you can go to exactly where we are at. So it's 2023. It's in May. I'm looking at 2024. 220. Yeah. So it's at 220 right now. The next reduction is going to be 207.6. So on here, it's averaging it to up. So it's 208. But yeah, if we look also at the top addresses, we could take a look here and see that we've lost 2 whales ever since this dump. I mean, like, good. Like, we need this to go down, in my opinion, a lot more so that Caspa is more distributed. But there's a ton of Caspa that's not even minted yet. So, I think this may be fine. And the fact that they're holding just says a lot about Kaspa as a long-term investment, because these people are not selling. They understand what they're holding, and that's important. We need to understand what we're holding. KuCoin has taken number 3 spot. I mean, I think there's been a huge exodus off of MEXC because there's people who believe that there's manipulation going on. And honestly, I don't care about exchanges. Listen, I use exchanges to get in and get out. I just get my coins and get them off. Uphold sadly does not have the option to get your coins in and out. When you buy it on Uphold, you have to keep it there. So would I recommend buying on Uphold and trusting them to hold your Kaspa? Personally, no. I never trust exchanges. That's a rule of mine. I will never trust an exchange ever again because of what can happen. And it's just not yours. But Uphold does have a lot of credibility. It's super regulated. It's been around since 2013. So for it to fail is going to be highly unlikely. But again, hey, personally, I won't trust it. I'm still going to be having to use CoinX and just use the VPN method to get some CoinX. So I hope you guys learn some stuff about how risky Kaspa can be and how we should be learning how to manage our money and not be investing, FOMOing in. Guys, just dollar cost averaging. That's like my best advice. How high is Kaspa going to go? I don't know. I could shoot out predictions all day, but ultimately, I believe it's going to go higher based on the fundamentals of what Kaspa is doing. Remember, Kaspa is an unfinished project. I talked about that a little bit ago and how it's an unfinished project. There's still tons of stuff that needs to be developed. These things can go wrong. There could be a delay on some of these things, which can push Kaspa to be an investment that takes even longer to show what it's really worth, because these things are not perfect. They're not just going to come out every single time. I mean, it might, but just be ready for that. Be ready for those scenarios. Don't be dumping all your money into Kaspa. Diversify. I still buy stocks. I buy Bitcoin and I save money. Like I'm not just going all in. That's not the smartest decision. And ultimately, you got to stay safe, because there's other things that are more important than just throwing all your money into this. I mean, you could spend money. It's nothing wrong with that, but just be good stewards of your money. That's the important part. All right. So lastly, I just want to end off with the Tangent wallet. If you guys have not gotten your Tangent wallet so that you guys can hold your Kaspa offline, consider using my code Kaspa Silver. You guys will get 15% off the card. This only lasts until May 15th. Again, if you don't want to give me money, because I do get a kickback. If you use my code, I get a kickback. If you don't want me making money off of your purchase, by all means, use the code Kaspa and you'll still get 15% off and I'll get no commission off of it. But I do recommend Tangent. I trust them not with all my Kaspa, but with some of it. I split my Kaspa between Tangem and the Caspian wallet, which I do have a tutorial on the Caspian wallet for the beta that you can get right now, which they're actually updating it this week to make it even more compatible with less bugs on the iOS version. And I do have it's somewhere here, but if you check my videos, you guys can see that how to get the Caspian iOS beta. I spread my Kaspa between the two wallets like that so that I'm not putting all my trust into one wallet. I don't think that's the smartest decision. But to hold my Bitcoin, all my Bitcoin's on Tangent because it's just so much more convenient than having a cold storage device that you plug into your computer and all that. And then also, I just want to promote my Patreon. If you guys are interested in supporting my channel and helping me stay consistent with my videos and you're appreciating the work, consider subscribing to one of the tiers. Each tier does give different benefits, but the $20 one is probably the best one in my opinion because of the fact that you get access to the giveaways, which I'm going to be running a weekly giveaway as long as 5 members join either the 20 or the $30 month one. There's gonna be weekly giveaways of Kaspa. That's basically you're gonna get your subscription back. So like there's also other ways in the Discord that you're gonna be able to get your subscription money back. So it's gonna kind of be spreading wealth around. There's gonna be ways so that you could pay this 20, but you might get it back. And hey, if there's only 5 people that join the giveaway, the rule is you can only win one time a month. So you have there's 4 people, 4 new people that are going to be able to win the giveaway every single month during every week. So if you guys are interested in joining the private Discord chat so that we can build a community and just have like-minded people and start talking about retirement, how to manage our money and stuff like that, consider supporting my channel and joining the Patreon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for 500 subs. And as always, don't be average, be different.